Welcome to SBK English Academy. I am Saran Basappa, teacher at a secondary government model school, Karnataka State. In today's class, we will discuss the Victorian poetry. In the last video or in the last class, we discussed Victorian period's characters and more three most important moments, that is Oxford movement, aesthetic movement, and pre-Raphaelite movement. Today we will discuss the most important poets of that Victorian age: Alfred Lord Tennyson, Robert Browning, Mrs. Robert Browning. So, see, first we look at Alfred Lord Tennyson from 1809 to 1892. See, Alfred Lord Tennyson was a great British poet. He was a poet laureate from 1850 to 1892 during the reign of Queen Victoria. Tennyson was awarded the Chancellor's Gold Medal at Cambridge for one of his first piece, Timbuktu. At Cambridge, Tennyson developed an intense friendship with Arthur Holland, his close friend. He was born on 6th August 1809 at Somerset in England. See, he was buried at Westminster Abbey, the Poets' Corner. Tennyson and Holland were part of apostles. Now we look at the works of Lord Tennyson. See, cheaply lyrical, which was published in 1830, his first collection of poetry. In Memoriam, an elegy written on the death of his friend Arthur Holland, published in 1850. In Memoriam is one of the great elegies of English literature, among others, like elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray, Thyrsis by Matthew Arnold, Adonis by Shelley, and others. That is Lycidas by Matthew Arnold. So these are the five great elegies in English literature. See, The Princess A. Midley, which was published in 1847, dealing with the subject of women's higher education. After the publication of In Memoriam, he was brought to the notice of Queen Victoria and he succeeded Wordsworth as the Poet Laureate of England. So, after Wordsworth, Lord Tennyson became the Poet Laureate of England. The Lady of Shalott and Lotus Eaters, these two are great poems by Tennyson, appeared in the second volume. The former met with heavy criticism. See, Morgan and other poems. It includes two of his famous public utterances: Ode on the Death of Duke Wellington, Charge of the Light Brigade, The Idylls of the King. So, The Idylls of the King is a retelling of Mallory's Le Morted Arthur. He also wrote three plays, but those three plays were not successful. Tennyson, known to this world, great as a poet, not as a playwright, even he was a great poet. He wrote three plays. See, Queen Mary, Harold, and Beckett. So, in the previous question paper, asked about what are the plays written by Lord Tennyson. See, In Memoriam is the most important works, and it was the great elegy in English literature. So, It is an elegiac tribute to his friend Arthur Holland, who died in 1833 at the age of 22. Arthur Holland was his fellow student at Trinity College, Cambridge. See, the poem was written over the course of 17 years and was finally published in 1850. It is a mammoth work that includes 133 poems, including the prologue and the epilogue. The poem shows Tennyson battling with the issue of mortality, trying to come to terms with his friend's death and gradually accepting it. See, the poem concludes with an epilogue, an epithalamion on the occasion of wedding of Tennyson's sister Cecilia in 1842. So his other short lyrics, see, break, 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 the charge of the light brigade, tears, idle tears, crossing the bar, Ulysses Ulysses and in memoriam, AHH are based on the classical mythology's themes. See, Idyls of the King, Ulysses, and Tithonus were written in blank verse. See, now we look at another one great poet of that is Victorian age, that is Robert Browning. Robert Browning lived between 1812 and 1889. See, he is famous for dramatic monologues. Most of his poems written in dramatic monologue. See, Robert Browning was born in the comparatively rural parish of Camberwell on May 7th, 1812. His father was a clerk in the Bank of England. See, his mother was a Scot. He went to no school, public school, and no university. See, Robert Browning, he did not attend any public school and any university. The systematic use of his father's admirable library was probably the most important factor in the poet's early education. Pauline, a fragment of confession, it is the first published poem in 1833. The Athenaeum, the literary magazine, described it as dreamy volume without an object and unfit for publication. In the monthly repository, edited by poet's friend Mr. Fox, it received a warm welcome. Knowingly, literary labors were let down aside for a short time during his 3 months journey to Russia. See, Paracelsus is a poem in dramatic form, though in no real sense a drama. He failed as a dramatist by his work. Note, Stratford, a tragedy, it ran only for 5 nights. So this is the great tragedy written by Robert Browning. And Paracelsus, it's also written in dramatic form. Remember these two works. On the other voyage to Venice, he wrote two poems. How they brought the good news from Gannett to X, and second one, Home Thoughts from the Sea. See, Sordello, one of the most important poems of Robert Browning, is an important work published in 1840. It is in 600 lines of heroic couplet. See, 600 line in heroic couplet, most difficult and fully developed poem. He married to Elizabeth Moulton Barrett, who was a great poet. The dramatic romancer and lyrics, which was published in 1845, it is consisted of short poems like The Italian in English, The Englishman in Italy, The Tomb at St. Praxis, Next, The Last Leader, Pictures, Ignotus, Home Thoughts from Abroad. So these are other short poems of that Robert Browning. See, Luria and Isolde's Tragedy, Men and Women, which was published in 1855. In this, he reached perhaps his highest level of sustained achievement. See, mainly the works of Robert Browning are see, Dramatic Personae 1864. It is consisted of many poems. See, James Lee Wife, A Death in the Desert, Caliban upon Setebos. See, about Wagler, Rabbi Ben Ezra, The Ring and the Book. By this he made a great achievement. Balastian's Adventure and Prince Hoestiel Scavengo, which was published in 1811. So those are the great works of Robert Browning. Now we look at Mrs. Browning, wife of Robert Browning. She was also one of the great poets of Victorian poetry. She gave her own contribution to English poetry. See, Elizabeth Barrett Browning was 6 years older than her husband, Robert Browning, the greatest woman poet of her time in England. Rodolfo Besser's play, The Barretts of Wimpole Streets, which was published in 1930, is about the love story of Mrs. and Mr. Brownings. See, the Sonnet from Portuguese is a famous poem written by Mrs. Browning, which was published in 1850. It was asked in the previous NET examination. Is her best work under the influence of her love. So, she wrote 44 sonnets, which reflect the whole course of their love and courtship. Before her marriage, she wrote Cooper's Grave in 1838, which is remarkable for pity. The Cry of Children, which was published in 1844, is a strong protest against the employment of children in coal mines factory. See, Cosa Guide Windows is another work written by Mrs. Browning, published in 1851. The course of liberty is expressed in this poem. See, Aurora Leigh, another most important poem of Mrs. Browning, which was published in 1857, is a modern romance in blank verse. It has 11,000 lines, deals with an outspoken manner with the social problems of the time, especially problems of Victorian women. Aurora Leigh in Orphan, who marries her cousin, a blind and impoverished philanthropist. So this is about three great poets of the Victorian age: Mrs. Browning, Robert Browning, and Tennyson. In the next video, we will discuss the remaining poets. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel and watch, share, and like my videos. Thank you for the video.